Emotional affairs often don't start with a big bang. They can creep in slowly, crossing lines little by little until you're in a situation you never intended to be. Let's talk about the signs you might be on a slippery slope to an emotional affair. These are things you're going to want to notice so you can course correct and address before it causes harm to your relationship or yourself. Hey there, I'm Lauren Consul, a licensed marriage and family therapist and certified sex therapist who specializes in infidelity. Sign number 1, changing your appearance. If you start putting extra effort into how you look when you know you'll see or talk to somebody, like putting on a particular outfit or fixing your hair differently or spritzing on a special perfume or cologne, that's worth a closer look. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong necessarily with wanting to look good or taking time with your appearance. But if this is a change in behavior or the extra effort only happens when you're around this person, it might mean that you're seeking their attention or approval in a way that goes beyond just friendship. Sign number 2, making excuses to talk to them. Are you telling yourself, I need their advice, even when others could help just as well? Or maybe it's things like they need to see this when really they don't, or I'll just call or stop by their office when it could actually be an email or text. If you're going out of your way to engage with this person or creating reasons to connect, especially when it could have been handled in a more minimally engaged way or avoided altogether, you might be blurring the lines between professional or friendly and something more. Sign number 3, that constant butterfly feeling. You get that butterfly feeling in your stomach whenever you see them or even think about them. Now, I want to note that experiencing this feeling a couple of times or infrequently around someone isn't necessarily cause for concern. Butterflies can be normal and fun and something to enjoy, but if you consistently feel a fluttery excitement around this person, whether you're talking to them, thinking about them, or even anticipating seeing them, it can be a sign to pause, especially if this feeling is paired with other signs on this list. Butterflies are your body's way of telling you something's up. Enjoy them when they pop up occasionally, but if they're showing up all the time, it might be worth exploring what's really going on. Sign number 4, downplaying the relationship to your partner. If you're brushing off how much you're connecting with this person when talking to your partner, that can be a red flag. Maybe you say things like, oh, we hardly talk, when in reality, you've been texting or chatting regularly, or I don't know if they'll be there when you actually know their schedule really well. If you feel the need to downplay the relationship, it could mean that you're feeling guilty or that deep down you know there is a line that is being crossed or about to be crossed. Sign number 5, you avoid talking about your partner to this person. This sign is all about subtle shifts in how you talk or don't talk about your partner. Maybe you find yourself avoiding their name or leaving out details about your relationship altogether when speaking to this person. For example, instead of saying, my partner and I went to a great restaurant this weekend, you might say, I went to a great restaurant, or even substitute my partner with a friend. Now, let's be clear. Some people are naturally more private and don't like sharing personal details with coworkers or acquaintances, and that is totally fine. What you're looking for is a change in your behavior. If you're comfortable mentioning your partner in conversations with others, but find yourself avoiding it with this person, it could be a red flag. Sign number 6, thinking about them constantly. If you are catching yourself thinking about this person a lot, that they're popping into your mind at random times during the day or night, and it seems almost uncontrollable, it's something to pay attention to. When someone is taking up that much mental space, asking yourself why, and thinking about what you're thinking about when they pop into your mind can help give you insight into maybe what it is about them that's attracting you to them, or if it's fulfilling some sort of need. That can be a helpful way to start to think about what's going on here, but also just paying attention if they are popping up a lot into your mind. Sign number 7, consistently fantasizing about them. Fantasizing about someone other than your partner is totally normal. It does not automatically mean something is wrong, because it is normal to think about and fantasize about people other than your partner. But if this person is showing up in almost all of your fantasies or even daydreams, it's a signal to check in with yourself. What's drawing you to them? Is this a distraction from something happening or not happening in your current relationship? You really want to pause and reflect. Sign number 8, sharing personal information. Sharing personal information is a bit tricky because it is normal and healthy to be vulnerable and open with friends, coworkers, or people in your life. And comfortability with level of disclosure is going to vary from person to person and partnership to partnership. So you just want to pay attention, again, if there's a change in behavior, if you're sharing more with this particular person than you typically would, or maybe you're sharing things that you wouldn't tell your partner or don't want your partner to know. And again, that's going to be unique to every individual and partnership with their level of comfortability of disclosure. Or perhaps if you feel a deeper emotional connection forming, it could signal you're stepping into emotional affair territory. It can be helpful to ask yourself, why am I sharing this with this person? Why do I feel drawn to them to share more than maybe I'd share with my partner? If you're noticing these signs, don't panic. Instead, use them as a signal to reflect on your boundaries, desires, and wants. You can ask yourself, what am I seeking in this connection? What am I getting from it? How is it serving me? Is there something I need to address in my current relationship or within myself? Or how can I show up differently to stay true to my values? And if you're struggling, know that help is available. Working with a therapist can provide the clarity and tools you need to navigate these feelings and strengthen your relationship with yourself and understand what's going on. Let me know what questions you have about emotional affairs in the comments below, and I will see you next time.